Hello, welcome to Party Bars UK again. This is another rice trailer that I'm going to begin to restore. It's for a lady in Scotland. She's previously bought a coffee one that I did about 6 months ago, and she wants this as a pizza one, so this is going to be a pizza one. She's providing all the equipment, I'm just going to do the conversion. As you can see, like I said, it's a rice trailer. I'm going to start stripping it today. It's not in bad shape, bit of rust there, but that's just it has some new steel put in because the original steel's rotted, and whoever put it in, the new one, they haven't painted it very well, and it's gone rusty. But apart from that, it's all structurally sound. Like I said, this is going to be a pizza trailer, so today I'm going to start stripping the wheels and mudguards off, get it level, ready for the inspection inside, and then we'll begin to start stripping it down, ready for paint. So there will be a bit of structural work to do to it, but not that much. A few dints in the mudguards there. As you can see, the roof just tend to go on these more than anything. It's fairly solid. So happy days. Jockey wheel coming off. I've got it packed up, both ends. I'll show you in a minute. Just undo this. Right, so I've got it packed up at the front there. So I'll take the wheels off. Got it on some axle stands there. I took the prop shafts out there. Prop stand, should I say. And there we go. And the reason I've done this, I can get the trailer level, so that when I put the hatches in the other side, I can get them in level. Otherwise, you're just fighting against it with measurements. So that's the only reason I do it. So I get it dead level, front and back. Taking that. Take that all out. So you take the prop stands, and then go from there. The electrics, the other reason I do that as well, because these electrics, they always get changed out. They always put new cable in, because the 30-year-old and they'll be no good anymore. I've even tested the lights anyway, they don't work, so having all new cabling put in, front and back. And to do that, I've got to get underneath the trailer. So you've got to make sure that it's safe. So that's the other reason why I put these prop stands on, because you know, safety is key. So we'll go from there. Wheel removal. So there you go, I've just took them off like I said. So you've got the prop stands. Only totally restoring that one, it's just surface rust. So the jockey wheel as well, it's not too bad, I've seen a lot worse. So it's just surface rust, I'll get all that blasted and resprayed. Wheels okay. Go, 2 wheels off. As you can see, a little bit of corrosion on the mudguard, which I'm going to take off shortly. Another good thing to do with these is to check behind the hubs, check the brakes, which I'm going to do, which we'll talk about a little bit later in the video. I've tested the handbrake works on all 4 wheels, so I don't think there's any issue with the pads on it. They're fairly common to get anyway if you did want to put some more on. Yeah, so that's them done. I mean, a bit later on the video as well, I am going to talk about the conversions in a bit more detail. get a lot of questions on the floor, the electrics and things like that. I have got a website which I will put on the screen now for you. My company's called Lion Outside Bars. I am a bar company, so generally these conversions I do are bars because I get a lot of bar equipment. So yeah, we'll talk about that a bit later on. Right, all 4 tyres off now. I just wanted to give you a quick clip on this. Always make sure, if you are thinking about purchasing a horse trailer, before you take it home, I mean generally I do 60 to 300 mile round trip to fetch these because they're getting a bit rare now. Obviously I check the tyres on this second up. You know, there's a good 7 or 8 mil. They're practically brand new tyres anyway on it. And another giveaway. I don't know whether you know, but these little things here, if you've got a load of them on, it generally means it's a new tyre, which these are, even though they look a bit dusty. And they're load rated as well, so if you do need new tyres for these trailers, always get load rated, otherwise you'll be in a bit of trouble. Not that there's a lot of weight in them anyway, they've not got 2 horses in them. But the other thing I wanted to mention as well, when I took these 2 off here, I put the socket on them. It was hand tight, and that was a big mistake of mine. I normally do check them, but I was in a rush this time. So just if you are picking a trailer up, another bit of advice is always check the wheels are tight, because they could have come off and caused a serious accident. So I just wanted to share that with you. Okay, so it's all level, the wheels are off. Next job, the mud guards off, and then I'll be calling it a day today. So it is middle of June. It's my silly season. I say I do outside bars like I mentioned, so I'm doing a lot of shows and weddings. I generally just do these on a winter, just for something to do and a bit of extra cash. So yeah. Good morning people. Just a quick update on these prop stands and jockey wheel. I did show you a picture previously of them before I've attempted to get them back to where they should be. I think I've done an alright job. Just need one more coat on the jockey wheel and that's done. And later today I'm going to be starting the wheels. So wheels not in too bad a shape considering how old they are. I might even do ones, I'm not too sure. But I'm going to get them started today. So I just want to show you a before and after. There you go. All right. Right, so this is pretty much done now, as in sanding wise and wire wheeling. The next process I do is I use this stuff here, Amorite crust. I tend to get it from Alfred's, that's about the cheapest place. It's more expensive online. And all you do, paintbrush, dab it in, all where it's bad. What this wasn't bad anyway. You don't need to do where the painted areas are, but all where the light rust areas are, just give it a coat. Do all around the wheel on the edge just in case. Just like that. Let it soak in for about half an hour to an hour, just like that. I'm not going to do it all and bore you. I'm going to cut to the chase, but that's the general idea. Just give it a good once over. You only need one coat. It is quite expensive to buy, but it is worth it at this point because it does clean all the rust off. It just dissolves it. I don't know how the process works, but it just leaves it nice and clean, ready for paint. So the next time you see this, I'm going to obviously give it another quick sand, and then I'm going to prime it. Once I've primed it, I'll give it a sand with a 240 grit, and then there'll be a 500, and then I'm going to spray it. So I'm not going to video it because I've done it in my previous videos on previous trailers, so I'm just going to cut to the chase. Next time you see this, it'll be in paint with the other 3 wheels. I've also bought a brand new spare wheel for it, load rated, because it didn't come with a spare wheel this time, unfortunately. The cheapest place, these are eBay. You can get the full wheel and tyre for £67. As I say, that's the cheapest place I've found. Just make sure that your PCD holes are the correct size for your trailer. You just measure them cross corner. It's quite easy. Okay, so moving on to the brakes now. As I said earlier, I'm going to show you what's behind here and what to do if you need to change your brakes. So this little cover here, it's got grease behind it. I've already taken this off. It just hammers off and get a screwdriver behind it and it just comes off. It's just where all the grease is collected. And then you've got a little split pin, well it's not little, medium sized split pin. So all you've got to do is straighten it so that it comes out in a hammer. Knock it out. Trying to do this with one hand while I'm recording, which I'm not going to have to do. Let me just pause it. I'll take it and get back to it. Right, so that's the split pin out. As you can see, it comes from there. Just to make a note of this, see this look, it's not even tight, but don't worry about that, that's how it's supposed to be. If you have this nut too tight, it will not spin. So you just want this a little bit more than hand tight. Hand tight it and then just a nip like that. So you've got to find a hole in between these little segments. So you've just got to find out how you need it. Pause this and I will reset. Nuts on. Yeah, so you don't drop it or grab it like that. Now this should come off. Let's tap the wheel. Stuck on the brake shoe, I think. Stuck on the brake shoe. So, as I said, I can't get this off at the minute because what's happened, it's binding on the shoes, which it should do. You know, when you turn these, when the handbrake's off, you should feel a little bit of binding, and then when you put the handbrake on full, that's when it should fully bind. But this is binding just a little bit too much, so I'm going to try and show you behind that there. is a 17mm nut. And what that does, it's your brake adjustment. Now, because these are a little bit too tight, I can't get this hub off, so I'm going to just release it a little bit, and then that should come straight off, and we'll get back. So as you can see, it's not coming off at the minute. Look, it's binding on the shoes. I'm going to put the socket on the back. One, two, three, four. Give it 5 turns. That should do it. Just put you down. Get another one on 7. Oh, there you go. So that's inside. Just check that surface is not got any scores on, which it hasn't. And they are your 2 brake calipers. Now, when you buy these in a kit, on it, well, I get mine. I get just about everything off eBay. You get the calipers and the springs all included in a set. They're called knot brakes. I will put a picture on screen now of the sort of ones I purchased off eBay. As you can see with these, they've got plenty of spread on them. I mean, if they do break, what normally happens is they separate from the steel. The electric brake shoe separates from the steel, and it gets moulded to the inside of this when the handbrake's been left on for too long. But these are fine. They just want a good clean, good grease and back on. So like I said, I was going to show you these. I hope that helps. If you do, I mean, I do get a lot of questions on my brakes and how to replace them. They're real easy. That's your actual cable coming through. They're just on a spring load. They just unspring from this mechanism here, and they just put back on. They're dead simple. So that it just pushes there in and out, and that's it. Levers off these 2. So that's your cable coming in, and it forces them 2 apart like that, in and out, and that pushes against your steel here, and that's how it works. Okay. Wheels freshly painted. I've done all 5. Like I said before, it was primed up, then flatted off, and I've gone over 2 coats with a beige gloss. I think they've come out really well, considering they weren't too bad to start with, but yeah, they've come out really well. So next on to the mud guards. Right, both mud guards off. The only repair I've got on it, on this one, is that one there. You can just see it coming out, so I'll beat that back. And on this one, I don't know whether you can see it, that one there. And then a full sand. So I'm going to crack on with that now. That's that one out. This one's going to be a bit more tricky. I say it's got a good area there where it's punched in. You can see it better from that angle. So I'm going to have to stick a bit of heat in it and just take my time with that one. Saw me there, just going on the actual area affected. Don't heat the flat area past it, because if you do, it'll be a lot harder to punch out. These are aluminium, so the heat will last a lot longer in these with the conductor. Just punch it back a little bit. Get your dolly underneath. There you go. Just hammering the affected area. You can see now. Just about gone. We can always put a bit of filler in there if need be. Need to flat it off first to see where we need to go with the filler. So there you go. I'm going to put a 40 grit on it for a start, because they are quite rough. You don't need many tools to do this. As you've seen so far, I've used a grinder, some spanners, sockets, and a bit of sanding paper. Any DIY can do this. I just hope these videos that I keep doing does help you. Any questions, drop us some comments. I'll try and answer the best I can. I am actually doing a new website soon to answer a lot more questions for the trailers. So that's up and coming, and I'll let you know a bit more about that later in the video. Might be in part 2 or part 3 when I do it, because this is going to be in 3 parts. 40 grit done. We don't need to go too mad. These, not unless they're in the bad condition, which these wasn't. So they come out of factory with a good dollop of paint on them. So all I've done is scratched it, and then I'm going to go over it with some Scotch-Brite, just in case I've missed any of the areas of paint, just to give it a bit of a key. So that's the most important thing, as long as there's no holes in it and it looks fairly level and straight, which this does now because I've sorted it out. It's okay. So what I'm going to do next with this, undercoat it and see if there is any indentations left, because you will see it after you've been undercoated, and then we can give it some top coat. I haven't done the underneath yet, but I'm going to address that now. On this one, I'm about to take it right back to paint. So I'll take my words back. I'm not having to take it all off. On this one, I think what's happened is it's had sun. I think the sun's attacked it. Because on the back side here, it's come out a lot better. I've hardly had to take any off the back. I mean, that one over there, I've had to take any off that either. For some reason, when I started sanding this, it just not been box off. The sun's got it, so I'll have to go right back to the bare metal on this one. But anyway, not to worry. I've been on this one for about half an hour now. So we get first coat on. That down there, I don't know whether you can see it. Let me just get down there. That was a repair. I did stick a bit of filler in it. I did it off camera, so I didn't want to make these videos too long. It's already long enough as it is. That was that one, and that's that one. Just to let you know, that's the paint, Johnson's Wood and Metal. I don't spray these. You don't need to. No need to go crazy on them and spend loads of money on a spray booth and all that malarkey. Just use the old-fashioned roller, 4-inch roller. That's all I do. As long as you sand it properly and you do all your prep work properly, there's no reason why you can't do it on the cheap. You don't need all this expensive equipment like a lot of people do. I mean, the finish on that, you know, as you can see, it's good enough for what you need. Just while I'm waiting for the mud guards to dry, I just wanted to show you quickly around again. I know you've seen it. It doesn't look like I've got much done at the moment, but there has been 3 days work in it so far. The next job I'm going to attack after I've finished the mud guards is the 2 serving hatches. So there's the main serving hatch there, and there's what I call a ordering or collection serving hatch there. Let's say they're the next big projects. They're the toughest really for the, if you was going to do it yourself and build it yourself, that's probably the hardest part of the trailer, but it is doable. You know, if I can do it, I'm sure anyone can do it with a bit of knowledge of cutting and welding. It's very doable. I have got an eBay shop. It's called PART1 UK, and this is where I sell these once I've done them. I say I'm not putting this one on because I'm building it for a lady in Scotland, like I mentioned before, Lindsay I think she's called. After this one's done, I will be doing another pizza one. I'm going to do a Gosley one. It's their up and coming pizza oven, so I'm going to have a go at that one. I think that'll be a popular one. As I said, I've got an eBay shop, PART1 UK. Currently there's 2 up for sale on there. They're both bars, similar to each other, but they're up for sale, as I said. I get a lot of questions asked. This is why I'm building this new website. It's going to be called Hospitality Trailers, and basically all that's going to be is an information website, so that when people ask me, like, I want different things in it. Can you do it plain? Can you do it fully functional? Can we have this colour? How much is that going to be? Things like that. So what the website's going to be for really is so that I don't have to answer questions. I can just tell them to go on the website, Hospitality Trailer Company, get it right, and then they go on there and they can answer all the questions really, because it makes my life easier and it will make your life easier. So I say I'm doing that as we speak. I'm using GoDaddy. Very good website. It's very easy. It's very cheap. Plus, I've used Align Outside Bars website. It cost me quite a lot of money to get up and running. So I didn't want to spend too much money on it because it's just going to be an information website. And yeah, so I just wanted to let you all know that. Spare wheel bracket off, ready for cutting this tomorrow. I'm going to start hopefully. Father's Day today, so packing up early. Got the lights off and the reflectors. Fog lights off at the bottom. I don't think I'm going to replace that, I'll just take it off. There's no need for it. Yes, sir. See you tomorrow, guys. Back again. So this morning I've took the front partition off, as you can see. So what's going to happen today, I'm going to turn this into I'm going to start turning it into a service hatch. I'm just waiting for some steels to arrive before I can start doing it properly. But that piece there, that's going to be my cut line. And I'm going to reinforce this at the back with some box section and then hinge it inside from this. So first of all I've got to cut this, get rid of all the corrosion on it, and we'll start fabbing it up. Go. Just go right through the middle of it. Clamp both edges so that it's nice and safe. Next, clean up. So there you go. We've got split in two halves, and then I've got the first box section in there. down to 2 hinges, and that's what it's going to hinge on. First hinge, second hinge. And I need to transfer it to this one. Hold on. So it's like I said, it's a 20mm box section, and then those are just 3-inch mild steel hinges readily available. Just want to tidy it up. I just thought I'd show you the finished products after welding, so it all needs sanding up properly and sorting out before I paint it. A bit more work to do down there, sanding. Well, that's the general idea. It's just an end view, so I just worked on a hinge. Right, we're on to the second serving hatch. We've done that one there, finished that one, just not painted it yet or done anything with it, I've just fabbed it up. So this is going to be the main serving hatch, which is going to be there on that one. This plate is 1.5 thick, just mild steel, zinc coated. It's 900 by 800mm. So to do this main hatch, what I do, I lay the plate down, lay the 20mm box section around it. I haven't done this one yet, I've just done the 2 sides and the top. So you always need to leave a gap either side. At the top you need the gap for the 3-inch hinge again, and then the bottom you need about another 7mm on the bottom. So it's 7mm either side, 7mm at the bottom, and I think you've got about 5mm at the top for the hinge. The reason I do this is for once I've fabbed it up, put the plate in, I'm going to use angle. I'll explain a little bit more in detail once I've done it. It's hard to explain, but the angle fits in there, in there and in there, and there's one over the top and all stop rain. All it is to stop rain ingress on the actual serving hatch once I've got it installed, so I'll explain that a little bit later on in the video. There you go, that's the box section complete, well, the outer box section. Just make sure when you do it you use a square, plate square, so they're not expensive. And then I bought myself a couple of, well, I've had these years, 90-degree clamps. Just makes it easier to get it nice and square. If you don't get it square, you're just fighting against it from the word go. So say that's the outer box section for the inner sheet. And then before I go any further, what I'm going to do is go to the trailer, mark out where I need it, and then put the outer box section around it, and then that way I can put a marker pen on the inside of it to mark where it needs to be. Just a lot easier than measuring it and then joining the lines, because you never get it perfect. So it's a bit of a cheat really. Just put the outer frame on, mark around it with a marker pen, and then that's your hole. That's the easiest way to do it. Line up, line across, line down, line across. So I had to take these out before I put it on to mark it, just to make it flush. So that's a cut out. So I'll begin to cut that out now, tidy all the edges up, and I'll proceed to I can go ahead and make the full serving hatch now, because I know that that's going to meet that spot on. Right, hole cut out. Took me about half an hour altogether. Just to show you, when you cut it, obviously mark it on the inside edge, not the outside edge, otherwise you'll have nothing to weld it to. That's a good tip. I've done that before, marked it on the outside. So yeah, that's the box section in. It's all fitting right, all the gaps are right, look, because I've cheated, like I said. Just wants a bit of a sand on there, a little bit, it's not much. Okay, so next job is to get the inside done and the hinges on it, and then we can weld it in. Right, next step, as you can see, I've got the outer frame done, outer box section done, Now I've got the inner section done, so all I've done with this is just put a box section around the 1.5mm sheet. That will go inside that one. So all I'm doing this morning is welding some more hinges on. Same as before, mouth steel. So bend that, fit inside that, and then I'm going to put the angle round, like I said earlier, in an earlier clip. The angle fits inside there to stop the water ingress. So that's the hinges welded on, just need cleaning up, and then we can start putting it on the trailer. Now before I do actually put it onto the trailer, like I've just said, I need to put the angle on first. Like I said earlier in the video, I'm going to explain how that works. So the 7mm gap that I've left all the way around is for the angle. So what I'm going to do is pop the angle in there. I'm going to weld it to the front. Obviously it's going to be a fuller length. I'm just showing you this as an example. It's going to go all the way down, meet the corners flush, and in there as well. So what I do, I weld it all in, well not fully weld it, tack it in, and then I put a sealer all the way around, so it just prevents water from getting in there and into your trailer. So it's just like an overlap of everything, and the top one actually fits the other way around it. Instead of it going in, it fits there, so water, that's the top of the hatch, and water will hit that, run down there and then go down there instead of actually going in there. And then this part here is all sealed, and all this part to the trailer is all sealed, so there's no water can get through there and in there. All right, nearly there with the angle, so that's that side in. So now you can see it overlaps to stop water getting in there. Once I seal that, that'll be tight. I haven't done this one, so I'm still waiting on some more angle to come in, so I've just done the two sides. Can't do the top, so I'll just see if I can show you. So that's it opening and shutting, and that's the overlap I was talking about. I can't video it all obviously, because the videos you're watching would take for hours, so I'll try and get as much content in as I can just to show you. So that's nearly done. Can't obviously put it in yet like I thought I could, because I'm waiting on the angle, so I'm going to have to move on to something else Eventually this back door I am going to split into two, so it's going to have a hinge there, a hinge there, so double hinge there on that side, and then I'm going to split it right down the middle. So I'm taking this suspension lever off altogether, what holds the door down. I'm going to split it, put door handles on it, so that's door's going to move that way, and that door's going to open that way, and then this is going to enable me. What the idea is the pizza, the lady who's bought this trailer or going to buy this trailer off me, what she wants a pizza to come out here. So obviously it's a good idea really, because then it's going to be a wood-fired one, so all the heat's going to go up into the sky. So I mean, a lot of these pizza trailers you see, the pizza's inside, so in summer when you're cooking them it must be extremely hot. So this idea is a good one. It's going to take a bit more work because I've got to put it's going to go on nylon, 50mm nylon casters, so I'm going to make a framework that's going to fit there, and it's going to just roll out, support, roll back in, and support as it goes back in. So it's just on big casters. It's going to roll in and out, and then obviously when it comes out it's going to lock in position. When it goes back in for travelling back to home, it's going to lock in position, so it's going to be nice and safe. That's the idea anyway. I've never done it before, so you're going to be on the journey along with me on this one. It's the first time I've done it, so hopefully it'll go towards the plan. Just another thing I wanted to show you as well. I don't know whether you can see it on the video if I put my finger on it. It's nearly touching there. The back, it's a 50mm angle. That's a 50mm angle, and that's a 50mm angle, about 6mm thick. But what's happened is inside, when the horses have travelled, can you see that it's protruding there? It's touching down in the bottom, it's protruding out that way, and then it's nearly touching at the top. So I think what's happened is the horse inside has done a buckaroo kick and he's bent the angle. It's not happened on this side. This side is nice and straight all the way down. There's about 3 or 4mm protruding all the way up and down, so that's nice and straight. So I think the horse has kicked it, so I'm going to have to address that before I sort these doors out, but that's going to be fun, so we'll see how we get on. I don't know whether you can see it. That's the bending angle. So what I intend to do is cut that with a cutting disc there, smack it with a big hammer, re-weld it, and that will sort that bend out. And then I've had another brainstorm. This partition, which normally obviously partitions the horses, 2 horses they fit, it's a steel. It's getting here so you can see better. It's a steel box section. So if I take all these gubbins off, take all the internal wood off, chop that bit off that goes to the ceiling of the horse trailer, I'm going to be left with a square bit of good solid steel. So what I'm thinking is to get this pizza out there is use this as the base. Obviously put some more decent wood in it and use some stainless steel. It's going to need cutting because it's a bit too big at the minute, but it's going to fit. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put a bit of aluminium angle in there, bolted through all the way through, and a bit of aluminium angle, 50mm aluminium angle, bolted through both sides. And then this, I'm going to tip that way on it so it fits that way. Put 2 casters on it, well 4 actually, maybe 6 depending on the weight, and then that's obviously going to go in and out there. So that's my idea. Yeah, so I think that's a good. The other good thing as well is normally what I do with these is chop them up and give them to my friend to weigh in for scrap, but I can utilise it and save me a bit of money hopefully. Like I said, put the cutting disc through there and just opened it up a bit, put some weight, put a packer under there, and then just put some weight on that end just to lever it back, welded her up. Let's see if she shuts. Oh, God, she's heavy. There you go. It's the best it's going to get. It's a lot better than it was. We're nearly coming to the end of part one, the video. At the end of this video I'm going to put a couple of clips of photos of my current 2 trailers I've got up for sale on eBay. Like I said before, they're on Party Bars UK. That's my eBay name. If you've enjoyed this content, I'll try to make it nice and easy for you. So if you've enjoyed it, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, that way you'll get notifications next time I'm doing one. In about 2 or 3 months I'll be starting the next one when this one's completed, hopefully. As I say, it doesn't cost anything to subscribe, it helps me out. As I say, that's the end of part 1. Next time you see it in part 2, I will be starting the back doors, hopefully. I'll start it tomorrow, but you won't see it for probably another month or 2, because these videos take at least 4 to 6 weeks. Because obviously there's a lot of work goes into it. Alright, thanks for watching. These are the other 2 I've got listed on eBay. Both very similar. This is the wider version. That's the standard rice trailer. Both very similar, same colour, just a bit different at the front. Both bars. So yeah, they're listed on eBay in a minute.